Alzheimer's disease. When a loved one is diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease, most people don't fully understand the disease and don't properly prepare for the eventual transition and expense of a caregiver facility. Caring for a loved one with Alzheimer's is often met with guilt, despair, confusion, depression. According to the Alzheimer's Association 2016 fact list, every 66 seconds another person in the U.S. develops Alzheimer's. Nearly 48% of family and friends jeopardize their financial stability to afford dementia-related expenses. Nearly 2 out of 3 people incorrectly believe that Medicare helps pay for nursing home care, leaving many families unprepared for the personal financial impact of Alzheimer's. More than 5 million Americans are living with Alzheimer's. Alzheimer's is one of the costliest chronic diseases in society. The growing Alzheimer's crisis is helping to bankrupt Medicare. No one in our family had ever experienced any other family with this terrible disease before my grandfather was diagnosed with Alzheimer's. In the early stage, he would say, "I would rather shoot myself in the head than go to any home for the elderly." He was dead serious as he knew he was losing his mind. He had all the classic signs. He forgot how to get back home. He forgot who his wife was. He forgot who his only daughter-in-law was. He forgot his daily hygiene. When he would go and buy food, or my father would buy food for the house for him, quite often, and especially at the end, it was always in the garbage. Not even unwrapped, it was in the garbage. He thought my father was stealing money, his money, from him. He lost his bodily functions. In the end, he forgot how to swallow, which is very common. Upon being brought to a nursing home, after a short stay in the hospital, he became very violent and a straitjacket was needed. In the end, the nursing home refused to hold on to him, and he was then transported to the Yukon Medical Center, where within a few days he passed. As outlined by the Alzheimer's Association or organization, Stage 1, early stage Alzheimer's disease, requires early stage caregiving. Life as you know it changes. Sorting out finances is a must. Medicare coverage, if any. Long-term care, if any. Disability, if any. Assets will be taken from a caregiver facility as the cost is very expensive. On average, you could expect to pay anywhere between $6,000 to $8,000 a month to put somebody in a caregiver facility. Legal medical issues such as appointing a power of attorney. Stage 2, middle stage Alzheimer's disease, middle stage caregiving. More than one full-time person as a caregiver is needed. Start looking at places that specialize in Alzheimer's disease. Get to know the people in those facilities. Find out about emotional support groups if you haven't looked into them by now. You will realize you are not alone, and you will hear many ways people cope with all aspects of this terrible disease. Stage 3, late stage Alzheimer's, requires late stage caregiving, and it's also known as end stage Alzheimer's. At this stage, the loved one will have to go into a caregiver facility at this stage. You will want to make sure the hospital as a hospice unit when the patient can be, where the patient can be transferred in his or her final days. According to the Alzheimer's organization, when transitioning to a facility, there is no easy way. It will be stressful. Talk to a social worker at the facility about moving the person. Know the staff at the facility before moving that person. Explain to them how that person is going to handle it. Although they're experienced in all sorts of ways that people handle it. Don't argue with the person with Alzheimer's about why they need to move. In the next slide, you'll see a normal and Alzheimer's infected brain. Please notice the size of the normal brain and how the Alzheimer's brain has shrunk. Pretty incredible, isn't it? Also notice how much of the Alzheimer brain hollows out. It's pretty incredible. In conclusion, Alzheimer's is an insidious disease that affects not only your loved one, but the entire family. It's a slow and painful goodbye. While much progress is being made in the study of Alzheimer's, not much is being done in the terms of cost of the caregiver facilities. Most insurances will not pay for this type of expense, thus leaving the caregiver facility to come after any and all assets the Alzheimer's patient has. No one likes to think about this, but it's so much worse going through it completely unprepared. Alzheimer's disease robs people of their brains and all of their assets. Understanding the stages of Alzheimer's disease will help in making difficult decisions sooner rather than later. For more information, please go to www.alz.org. Thank you.